Teacher, based on past records, the probability that Ramlee hits the target in shooting is 80%. Find the number of shots that Ramlee must fire such that the probability that at least one of his shots hit the target is greater than 0.95. If 10 shots are fired by Ramlee, determine the probability that at least 8 shots hit the target.
Okay, now the problem is like that, right? The problem is this Ramli, he shoots at the target. Some maybe he is going to shoot 10 times, maybe he's going to shoot 20 times. We don't know. But we want to be sure that if he choose 10 times, there must be at least one time kena. That means hit the target. What is the best number of shots that he fire? Pap, 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 pap. How many shots that he should fire so that at least one of the shot hits the target at least one time. So probably if you shoot one time, bang, like that, probably you are not very sure whether you are going to hit the target or not, right? So to be sure, then I pull the trigger maybe 10 times, pam, 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 10 times. So out of these 10 times, probably I have one or two times kena the shot, kena the target. So now the question is, how many times must he shoot? How many times must Ramli shoot in order that at least one of it will hit the target? Do you understand the question or not? Okay, so this is the most difficult question in this binomial distribution. You are not asked the value of P and Q. The value of P and Q is given to you, but the number of shots not given. How many shoots? How many times he must shoot? Okay, so that is the question. Now, they give you one condition. The condition is that the probability of at least one of them hit the target is 0.95. 0.95. Okay. Okay. Then probability at least one of his shots hit the target means at least one must hit the target. One time or two times or three times or four times, never mind. But at least one time. So this means that the value of x must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? At least 1 means x equals to 1, but cannot be x equals to 0. Okay, so from the question, we know that the probability of probability of success in this case is hitting the target is 0.8 because they say 80% of the shots hit the target, so 0.8. The probability of failure, that means didn't hit the target, is 1 minus 0.8, that is 0.2. So this thing is given. Okay, what else is given? What is not given is how many shots, how many times must he shoot. Okay. Oh, what this sentence here, what this sentence here say, right? Probability that at least one of his shots hit the target is greater than 0.5. What does this mean? It means that the probability of x is greater or equal to 1, that means at least one time hit the target, is greater than 0.95. Okay, so this sentence we change it into symbol. At least one time hit the target, it means probability of x greater or equal to 1, right? Then probability of hitting once or more than one is 0.95, greater than 0.95. So the probability is greater than 0.95. Any questions so far? How to interpret the question? Got question or not? No question, then you say, okay, no question. Okay, no question. No question. Okay, no question. Right. So if you have no question, then I continue. Now you look at this probability of x greater or equal to 1. Now what does it mean? Okay, it means that probability of x greater or equal to 1 is actually 1 minus the probability of x. It's actually 1 minus the probability of x equals to 0. Right? Do you know this? Probability of x greater than 1 is probability is 1 minus the probability x equals to 0, the complement, 1 minus the complement, then you will get. Because if you want to add up all probability of x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3, x equal to 4, until x equals to 10 or so, you don't know. Because you don't know how many times you are going to shoot. So you cannot use x equals to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3, x equal to 4. Cannot, right? Because you don't know how many times. But you know the one that you don't want. The one that you don't want is x equals to 0. So 1 minus x equals to 0 is greater than 0.95. I miss out this one, right? Probability of x greater than 1 is x equals to 1, x equals to 2, x equals to 3, until probability of x equals to n. Since we do not know what is the value of n, there is no way that we can add up all these probabilities. Don't know. We cannot add up the probabilities. However, there is another way of finding this probability. The other way of finding out the sum of this probability is we use 1 minus 0, then the probability will be this from 1 to n. Right? Any questions so far?
No, teacher.
No. No, then we carry on. So probability of x equals to 0 is nc0, 0.8 to the power of 0, 0.2 to the power of n, 0.2 power n. It is very lucky that we use the last one, because we use the first one. The first one, nc0, even though I do not know the value of n, but I know that nc0 is 1. nc0 is 1, no matter what is the value of n. This is the property of probability, the property of ncr, right? The other one that is equal to 1 is ncn. Then 0.8 to the power 0, 1. 0.2 power n, I don't know. We just leave it like that. Okay, next step. So all this equals to 1. So that means 1 minus 0.2 to the power n is greater than 0.95. Okay, then I move the 0.2 over to the other side. It becomes positive 0.2. Then the 0.95 move to the other side, become negative 0.95. So as a result, 0.2 is less than 0.05. Do you know how to turn over the inequality sign? You know or not? When you learn quadratic function in Form 4, you should be very familiar with this changing the inequality sign. Can. Li Ying said can.
Mm.
Flip over. Okay. Can. So next step. In order to find the value of n, I have to take log. I have to take log. So I log both sides of the inequality. Now, I can always take out the n also, right? The law of logarithm say I can take out the n. Take out the n here. Right, so it become n log 0.2 less than log 0.5. Now, can you use your calculator and calculate log 0.2? Can you calculate 0.2 and tell me the answer? Maybe you don't want to shout, you just type inside the chat there. What is log 0.2?
Negative
Yes,
0.699.
very good. It is a negative number. So when you want to divide with a negative number, bring the negative number over, what must you do? When you bring the negative number over to the other side, you must change the inequality sign. From less than, you must change to greater than. Why must change then? Because log 0.2 is a negative number. When you divide by a negative number or multiply with a negative number, you have to change the inequality sign. So now, but you don't have to worry, because the top one is also a negative number. So negative number divided by negative number, your answer is positive. You try and see. Log 0.05 divided by log 0.2. What is the answer? Use your calculator and calculate. You either type in the chat or you just tell me what is the answer. Anyone?
Okay, yes, teacher.
How much?
1.86.
Correct, 1.86. So we know that n must be greater than 1.86. But you see, this n is actually a whole number. How many times you are going to shoot at the target? So it cannot be a decimal number or a fraction. So the next whole number bigger than 1.87, 1.86 is 2. The whole number bigger than 1.62. So we say that n equals to 2. Well, this one is very interesting. Why? Because I only need to shoot how many times? I only need to shoot 2 times. Just 2 times, I'm quite sure that I will hit the target at least one time. Let's say you shoot one time, bang, like that. You are not very sure that the first shot will hit the target or not, right? Or you fire 2 shots, pam pam, like that. Out of these 2 shots, there will be will it be at least one time hit the target? Probably yes, probably no, right? Or you want to be very sure that you hit the target, you fire 10 times, pam 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 10 times. But this is going to waste your bullet. You waste a lot of bullet just to kill one bird like that. Just to kill, let's say kill the bird, the target is the bird. So you're very sure that you don't hit 10 times. You only need to shoot how many times? You only need to shoot 2 times. Out of these 2 times, I'm quite sure that at least one time will hit the target. So this is how we use probability to predict how many times you have to shoot, right? This is how you're going to use logarithm. Any questions so far?
No, teacher.
No. No, then we carry on with the second part of the question. If 10 shots are fired by Ramli, determine the probability that at least 8 shots hit the target. At least 8 shots. That means how many shots you have to hit the target? It will be at least 8. That means 8 is counted or not? Yes, 8, 9, or 10. So this 3 is at least 8 will hit the target, right? So let's see. Now you are given the n already, right? Now the n is equals to 10. So you're going to fire the gun 10 times. So what is the probability of hitting it 8 times, 9 times, and 10 times. That is what you want. Okay? Probability of at least 8 of them will hit the target. It means that you want probability of x equal to 8, x equal to 9, or x equals to 10. And using the formula for binomial distribution, x equals to 8, x equals to 8 is 10c8, 0.8 to the power 8, 0.2 to the power of 2. This one, how to use this formula? Last week I already tested all of you, right? So you know how to use this formula to find probability of x equals to 8. So this one will be 8, here will be 8, and this one will be 2, right? You know how to do. So using your calculator, you add up all these three, and what is the final answer? Final answer is 0.6778. Any questions so far?
No, teacher.
No. Other girls? No. Even no question. Jiayan said okay. Chen Tong okay or not? Can follow or not? Sherwin can follow or not?
Can, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can, then we move on to the last section of this chapter. But the last section is not so difficult. The most difficult is this question. Find the number